All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is going to be a quick, update, news article, prophetic news. This is from Zero Hedge. No, Slack it is actually from rtnews.com. And basically it's still dealing with this energy crisis or energy cost, that is happening or rising over there highly or very, very intensely in the UK. And what people are starting to see now is the cascading effect, of these energy prices going up. They're starting to see what else that affects, right? Because typically people think of energy, energy costs, energy prices, and they just think of, the lights, electricity bill and all of that. But guess what? You use energy in your homes, right? You use AC, you use a heater, you use machines that require, power, right? And when the prices of that goes up, your electricity bill goes up. But guess what? There are companies and factories that also use electricity. They also use energy. They also use all of that, right? And what happens when they say this is a food manufacturing plant or a clothing company or a company that, whatever they do that can then make the products that can be brought to you at your supermarket, right? That you can go and buy. What happens when it costs them more in order to make those same products again? Okay, because of energy. They're going to pass on those prices onto the consumers, okay, because it's costing them more. So that's what you're starting to see here now, that, as it says, energy costs pushing Europeans into food poverty, okay, which, as the scriptures say, the scriptures also prophesy of famines, all right, pestilences and famines and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things, like I said in the video I did yesterday, they're not an understatement. All right. Yahweh Shai and the other prophets and the rest of the men of the Lord, they did not, these visions they saw when they wrote it down, they did not underestimate them. Okay. These are not understatements. These are going to come in full effect. So it says higher utility bills are forcing producers to pass increased costs on to consumers. Food producers across Europe are contending with soaring energy prices, with that increase quickly felt in the pockets of consumers grappling with a cost of living crisis. The thing about the chain of production is that everybody can pass it on. It's like playing Uno. For those that are familiar with playing Uno, right? Somebody hits you with a draw two, a plus two, you got to draw two cards. But then you say, nah, I ain't drawing two cards because I also got a plus two. So you stack it on and you pass that on to the next person whose turn it is, right? So now they gotta draw four, right? Because the plus two that was coming to you, you added on a plus two. So now it goes to the next person. And they may say, nah, I ain't doing that. Matter of fact, draw plus four. And then it keeps on going until you get to the person who he has no more plus twos. He can't pass it on. He has to take all all the plus twos that were tacked on before it got to him. Now I'm making this comparison because these companies, in the chain, right, they can pass it on to the next, right, up until it hits the consumer who can't pass it on to anybody. These say like an energy company, all right, I'm just giving a very hypothetical abstract example right now. An energy company that says, look, because of scarcity of yada yada yada, we're gonna raise the prices. Then they raise the prices. Then the food processing processors say, oh shit, our prices are going up. We're gonna pass that on to the consumer by increasing the prices of our products to accommodate for the price increase of energy. They pass that on. When the consumer comes to the store, They can't pass on that to anybody. They're the ones who have to buy it at an increased price. Okay? So it says here, according to the report citing a Bank of England forecast, a third of UK households are set to spend more than 10% of incomes on energy. And now surging grocery costs are driving up food poverty. It's the domino effect that has happened with us having to take a huge increase, um, on energy. Ryan Peters, managing director of Brioche Pasquier, if I'm saying that right, UK, told the outlet, "We have to try and raise our prices to retailers a bit. And unfortunately, that goes on to consumers," he said. Kona Haki, what's up with these names, man? Head of research of commodities trade. You can't just have a simple ass name, bro. It says, hey, I'm sorry. Commodities trader ED&F man warned, "I think the worst is still to come as energy prices rise." Woo! And we're going into the winter. And they're talking about blackouts. So hard times are coming, man. That dark winter, we might see that this winter. Who knows? But we got to watch. So it says here, this winter will be a game changer and processing costs will likely go up. So now you got to worry about heating, energy, food. Europe's largest sugar beet processor or Slovakia producer, and keep in mind, right, like these affect the average individual, and average individuals have different jobs. You have some that are doctors, firefighters, nurses, teachers. So if teachers are being affected, right, and they can't make it to work, that affects education. How are you supposed to have school and classes in session when you don't have teachers? Because teachers are struggling, right? So it says, Europe's largest sugar beet producer, Südzucker AG, has reported its first quarter revenues had been hit by a substantial rise in raw material, energy, and packaging costs. Companies turning soybeans, rapeseed, and sunflower seeds into cooking oils have reportedly been slowing output in the UK and Europe and shifting production to other regions with lower energy prices. Meanwhile, energy-intensive food factories across the continent could be forced to shut down if natural gas shortages spark rationing, Bloomberg warned. So it is not looking good. Not for them. Just like people are grappling with their home budgets, we're having to manage highly volatile energy and input costs, making sure every penny our business spends and gets as income is actively managed in real time. Tate and Lye Sugar's Senior Vice President Gerald Mason was quoted as saying by the outlet, "We are not running a casino, we're making food, which gives us a big responsibility to get it right." So, and that's pretty much it for the article. But as you can see, it's that cascading effects, like from one to another to another to another, and everything gets touched. Okay, one thing is affected by another. It's not isolated. All right, so matter of fact, let me just pull this up. It's real quick. It's a quick precept. Nothing too much. Jeremiah 30:7. Right, it says, "Alas, for that day is great." So now you see why, and as time goes on, and things get worse and worse, you'll start to understand why the prophets emphasized this time. Why was Ezra in such straits of the mind and so afraid when he saw those visions in 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, and other precepts? Why is Jeremiah saying, "Alas, for that day is great"? Alas with an exclamation mark. Because the things they saw were horrific. And to imagine that you're going to have to be in those times. It says, it is even the time of Jacob. Oh, alas, that for that day is great, so that none is like it. So you can expect things to get so bad that you've never seen it like that before. All right. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, and that he is the elect, the ones that are going to be fed during the famines, that are going to be protected, just like Israel in ancient Egypt. When there was darkness, when all the plagues were hitting Egypt, the Israelites were fine. Well, in this time, it's not going to be all Israel. It'll be the elect. All right. Oh, look at that. Another one. I think this one here, I see Biden on there, so it might be concerning the U.S. It says here, energy bills are doubling with rent prices. Consumer inflation is not just based on goods and gasoline. Yep. So things are getting tough, man. Things are getting tough, and they're only going to get tougher. All right, but anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, you are edified and informed. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.